I tell you what, I'm on a roll today, guys. Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Filipino Adventures. I'm talking fast. And the reason I'm talking fast today is I was talking to an agent the other day from the visa department, USCIS, and more people since January 1st of this year are getting two reasons. Are coming to the States and they're going up on the fees. But more people are wanting and coming to the States than they've ever seen before in the history of the United States of America. It's more people coming wanting to come to the States now than they ever have been. You have people saying we're wanting to leave the States and leave it by crazy, like everybody that I hear wanting to come here, but that's the people that want to come here, right? They're already checking it out and going to Cambodia and Asia and Africa and Brazil and Colombia, Panama. They're going all over the world and leaving the States. But guess what? More people are coming there. He said it is the worst they've ever seen since the history of the visas, that more people are coming into the States than they ever had. The numbers are so high, I even tried to find the numbers. And the numbers are not available right now because it's now starting in 2023. The numbers are so incredible, he said, let me give you an example. Our backlog was backlogged before. We're 10, 15, 24 months out on visas, depending which one you're applying for. Now we're out. We're out up to 5 years, 10 years on the visas that we're doing 10 months and 12 months and 14 months. The reason why, he said, is because everybody is wanting to go to the States because of this certain economy and afraid of the economy. And we know, they said they know that they'd be safer in the States than anywhere else in the world. Now, is that true? I don't know. You guys tell me. I would say partly true. Partly true. You could be living in Bali. Everything's fine and dandy. Economy hits there. You can survive on the beach, right? Same thing's probably in the Philippines. You can survive here on the Philippines. But what if the economy takes a falter and goes down the mountain? What are you going to do, right? Well, I did not realize that it said that they've noticed an increase starting in about September. August and September. It said this increase started getting incredible. Even though before the economy was even showing results, it's going to be that way. But here in fact, the month of December was just an influx. He said it was just incredible. And he was just being honest. We were just in general conversation. And I would say that this is only Tom's predictions. I don't know anything. Everybody's saying, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. But I'm going to say this. If they're seeing an influx of people wanting to come to the States, I mean, an influx, not counting Mexico, not counting any of that stuff. I'm talking about people from this side of the world. I'm not talking down in Brazil or any of that stuff, but he said everybody's coming from all over the world. He said they had so many influx coming in from Africa and Asia where I live. So many people. He said the applicants are unbelievable from even the Philippines, even Americans coming back there. It was just incredible that's filing for visas. They're overwhelmed with the visas because Americans are flooding back to the States. Now, why are they? I see 40, 50, 80 vloggers, or even 200 vloggers. I think it's more like 600 or 800 vloggers here now, maybe 1,000. When I first came here, there's only about 300 of us. But at that time, everybody's spotty going out and out. Everybody's coming. But then the ones that's been here since, like my buddies, been here since Vietnam and stuff, they're filtering back. And the reason a lot of times too is healthcare. There's a lot of reasons. Healthcare outside the country. Now, healthcare is good down in Indonesia and Cambodia and stuff. That's what they're saying. Thailand's got some great insurance. But they didn't too. They're worried about that. And I think they're worried about other things. I'm not going to get into that today. But just the influx. Now, I could not imagine the influx. I forget what the number he was saying. I did not write it down. It's not something it just caught me off guard because we're journalists talking. And the reason why, in fact, they had a meeting on it. He said that the influx of people that were coming that they had to prepare for. So they hired another 100 people in this particular office, and they're expanding their offices onto another part of the building where they're at to process the papers. Now, these clearinghouses that process the papers that you're going through, they're really big. Some areas that you go to process the papers, you can process them in. Some are like Potomac are 24 months out. Now they're 60 months out. They're going to start reporting at 60, maybe 70 months out on a simple application they used to do in 8 months and 10 months. He said the visas that even mine at that time was 8 months and 10 months at the time from start to finish. In fact, I have a friend applied in July of this year in Malai for him and his wife were married here back during COVID times. He came pre-COVID. Then he's now going back to the States to live full time, and him and her are going together, and his was approved December, and he just filed in March. And yet you have my friend Tom and myself filed last year, and we're still waiting. So it's like Tom's been over a year is waiting. So that's the way the cookie is crumbling now in that area. But depends what clearinghouse, I call them clearinghouses, processing centers, that's processing the paperwork, it's coming out of. There's like 6 of them, I think. And there's many of them on there. There's California, and you can check the times of processing. And then, but I found it interesting. The most important thing about the whole topic is here today is everybody's scooting back there. Not everybody. I said that wrong. Not everybody's scooting back there. A lot of people are scooting back there. And when you reach a certain age, you first come here and you're 60 and you're retired and 65 years old and you're first retired. Okay, sun and fun for a while. But then you're here for 10 years or 15 years. Then you realize maybe I need to think about something else, a plan B or C. Some are saying they're never going back no matter what. Doesn't matter whether they go back or not. There's nothing off of me either way because I want everybody to be happy. But I just found it very interesting the other day that when I was talking to him, I said, and I'm one of these guys that I find the source. I get on the phone, I find whomever I can talk to help get things resolved. I mean, I have called congressmen before and met with a senator before, tried to get some things done that I needed to have done in the States at a time, and this was in Tennessee, and eventually met the governor of that state for something that they need to change some of the things they were doing there, and it took me almost 3 years, but I got her done. That's the type of person I am, a bulldog in a china cabinet. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank everybody for always watching my videos. I found it very interesting, so I had to tell you guys that. I get an idea. This is my 6th video today that I did only because of backlog. I'm thinking about it. I woke up this morning early and fire in the blood for some reason, and so I'm doing 6 videos. Most of the time I got a bit, so it's like that. So I got on a roll today. Talked about 1583 form. New 1583 form. You have a mailbox in the United States. You're going to see a video talking about this. And it's about mail forwarding here. You got to fill out a new form now. And guess what? Most of you won't have a mailbox anymore because you can't prove you actually lived in the States. And you got to prove that now. Before, you could kind of get around it and skate around it. And they could slide you in. I got slid in. But guess what? They tell me now, I went and did a form, and you have to have that filled out. And you have to have an address to show it. You have to have power bill, electric, water, gas bill. No other things are accepted. How many guys is that going to affect and ladies affect throughout the world? It may affect millions. Well, guess what? It affected me. So that's in the video coming up too. In fact, I don't know how I'm going to do these videos. I have so many of them today. And the 7162 form, you don't get that in by February the 1st, which is done by December 31st. You're not going to check February 1st. And guess what? There is a way you can get it in. Fax it in. Manila. Go on U.S. Embassy website. Put in Social Security Administration. There's 2 numbers. There's an 02 number, which is an office line, direct line. Fax it to that. Please process. Fill out a sheet. Fill them out. Send them in. Put your name. and sent it to the other one too. I did the same thing because I don't think mine got there. It said it was never delivered. I sent one in October. No. I sent one in September, and then I sent one in November. And I don't think either one of them arrived, according to handy dandy little, where there's a sign for it. Life and times. I love it. It never changes here in the Philippines. God bless everybody. I'll see you guys next time on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.